What's up guys, it's the Carp here, back again with another video, and today I'm just going to be going over this current Football Manager save. This is Football Manager Mobile, and as you can see by the title, I'm playing in the Belgian Pro League, and it is actually better than the Premier League now if we look at the coefficients, the league standards here, and the coefficients is what is decided basically based off of how many wins you get in the Champions League, is like the simplest way to put it. But it's how well your club does in the Champions League. Um, and that determines how many Champions League spots you get. So you can see there in third, Belgium, that is the Belgian League. We've got 4 Champions League spots, 2 Europa League spots, and a Europa League 2 spot. That is the new competition. It's being added. I think it was supposed to be added next year in real life, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's in Football Manager, and it's part of the coefficient system. And the Italian and German leagues are actually also ahead of England, which is crazy. Normally, you kind of see England stick to that top spot. Same with Spain, who are actually below England right now, and only have 3 Champions League spots for the first time in just forever for the Spanish league. But we're actually not too far off the top, which is currently Germany, currently 13 points off. And we are really just neck and neck with every other top European league. The top 5 leagues in this save, you basically just take out France and replace them with Belgium. And that's what we're left with here. It's kind of reflected in reputation. Unfortunately, the Belgian league still only has 4.5 star, so they're not quite on the same level really overall as a league, but we performed in the Champions League, and the reason for that is because, and I actually might do a series based off of this, but I've kind of just been jumping from Belgian club to Belgian club in this save. I'm just going to go through all the stats so far because there's some crazy ones. But so far, actually, let's go. This will be a better way to contextualize where I've been. So let's look at the Pro League. We are currently on top. The Belgian Pro League originally has that many teams, and then you play 30 games. Points get cut in half, and then you play in the championship group if you're in the championship group, and then that is how you qualify for the Champions League. But also, that's where you win the title. So even if you're second, when it gets cut off, you can still go on and win the title. But if we look at history, so I've won the title pretty much every season since the start. But my very first season, which was actually this one, it has one saved in there from the previous year. But it was me at Anderlecht. Club Bruges actually managed to win the title. And aside from that, Anderlecht just storming the league. Then I moved to Zulte Waregem. I'm going to assume that's how you say that. I have no idea how. I've never heard of most of these clubs before. But pretty successful there. And then I went to Club Bruges, then Standard, and now Kortrijk. Standard, Club Bruges, Anderlecht, pretty big clubs. The other two, Zulte and Kortrijk, not so much, but they are now. So those are the clubs that I've been at. And then if we look here at the more in detail stats, so you can see this season I've still got some left to play. I've left it for now. I might do another video on this save towards the end. I think I've got 3 seasons left before I can't manage anymore, because in Football Manager Mobile you can only go 30 years. But my goal was to get the Belgian League to that #1 spot in the world by that time, so hopefully we can do that. But let's just go through here, see a couple things. So I've actually won the treble at every club that I've been at so far, except for Kortrijk. I wanted to leave last season. It was kind of set up nicely. I probably could have managed Anderlecht again, which would have been nice, because they've kind of fallen off a little bit. But I didn't manage to win the treble, so I stayed. But here you can see we missed out on the Super Cup, won every other trophy, including the Champions League and the Belgian Cup. So I got that treble with Standard, and Standard was probably the best team that I had. Even though Anderlecht, I stayed there longer and won more trophies. Standard is the real, the ones that I really took to glory. And as you can see there, I actually managed to go undefeated in the first 30 games. Did the same this season with Kortrijk. I've only done that a couple times. Once with Bruges, once with Zulte Waregem, twice with them, and then couple times with Anderlecht. So only, I think, 5 times maybe. That's how much I went through. 5 times I've went undefeated in the first 30. So the Belgian League, not super tough, but obviously it's been getting tougher sort of as it's went on because Anderlecht, Standard, Zolteberg, Club Brugge, all tough opponents. And Hint, actually, here's another fun little stat. Hint actually had their worst season this year, and they had never dropped below 6th place at any point until this season. And then they finished 12th, sorry, before the groups got split into two. So they barely actually, avoided relegation or being in that relegation spot going in. But they'll probably be alright. But that was just insane because you can see how consistent they've been. Third was the highest they got. Then, just in between that 6th and 3rd spot for like 25 years, and then just out of nowhere, 12th place. It's unfortunate for any Hint fans out there, but maybe I'll manage them next and bring them back. We'll see. But if we look back here, not that. So this is my current manager profile. We got 1,784 games played, 1,411 wins, 200 draws, 173 losses. If we look at the percentages on those, that's a 79.09% win rate. Absolutely incredible because I'm amazing at this game, obviously. I'm pretty good at this game, I'd like to think, but it is fairly easy compared to the computer game. At least I'm assuming. I haven't played it a lot because I have a crap computer. But I've actually managed to, if you look at players bought and players sold, I've managed to make a $200 million profit while still managing to get 22 league wins and 67 cups. So this is my current season is the 27th season. So 26 completed seasons, 22 league wins, 67 cups. Second in the world somehow, and transfer Aquaman of 1 despite that trophy cabinet and profit. But then if we look at my trophy cabinet, you can see exactly what I've won. So there's those 27 leagues, 16 Belgian Cups, 19 Super Cups, and 12 Champions League trophies. I'm surprised that that number is even high. I don't save like before matches or anything. It's just, I just play my games and see what happens. And I've never had like that high of a success rate in the Champions League because I did this before with Scotland last year, and I want to say like 12 Champions Leagues by the into 30 years. Could even have 13, 14, 15 by then. And then I've won 1 World Cup, 3 Euros, 4 Club World Cups, which is actually super impressive because they switched the format of that tournament, and I'll show you guys that in a second. 10 European Super Cups. Those ones I don't have as many as I'd like, but that's just, because you have to be at the club that won a Champions League or Europa League the season previously, and usually I'm leaving the club on a winning season. We actually managed to win the Euro Cup twice as well. That would be the Europa League. Somewhat embarrassingly, one of those 42-43 season, I actually dropped out of the Champions League by finishing 3rd in the group. So that wasn't great, but got the Europa League under my belt. So 14 European trophies, significant ones, at club level. And then we also won 4 international leagues, winning 2 consecutively and hopefully adding a 3rd to that. So let's look at that one first. So you can kind of see which nations have dominated, and I have also, I'm obviously where I won those international trophies is with the Belgian national team, just to help develop players in the league. But this is the current squad. We've got Greece here, a upcoming promising player, 22 years old, 9 goals, 12 appearances. So he's going to be incredible. Cielo, incredible stats already, 23 years old, 20 and 46 for him. And I've been trying to buy him every season and not been able to since I let him go at Standard. Well, since the other manager let him go at Standard. We got a couple really good players. You can see the kind of level that the Belgian League is at now. Boré here with 96 goals in 117 international appearances. He is incredible. Doesn't have nearly the same rate for club level, but he's still pretty good. I had him at Club Brugge, and most of these players are players that I've developed, but still players like him, specialist attacking mid there. Not one that I was personally involved with developing, but incredible player. So this is the Belgian team right now, pretty clearly the best team in the world. and we can actually look at the ratings here in a minute. But other teams: Germany, Italy, Spain, France. Only really teams in it. Portugal got themselves a runner-up, the second international league. But really, Spain is the team that's been kind of dominating alongside us, and they've actually got 3 international leagues in a row. So I'm hoping that I can match that record with Belgium and win our 5th, which would let's see. Yeah, we're actually tied 4-4 with Spain right now, so that would be nice as well to both equal Spain's record of consecutive ones and beat their record for total international leagues. But now, if we go back, we can look at the Club World Cup, which I don't know. It's kind of hard to put it in perspective as to like how, I don't know, how prestigious this trophy is. But I would say in this far in the future, people will probably think of it a lot differently if it does take up this format, because playing it every 4 years does, obviously make it a lot harder to win, like the actual World Cup. But the first few years, you can see other European teams were still dominating, outside of the Belgian League before it switched to the 4-year format. And then we actually managed to win with Anderlecht, which is my first Club World Cup. And then I left. Bayern won the next one. But then Zulte Waregem, I was managing there when they won it at Club Brugge, won it at Standard. I actually took place in this this competition. I think I got knocked out in the semifinals with Korchik. So that would have been awesome to win 4 Club World Cups in a row with 4 different clubs. But still managed to get 4 with 4 different clubs, just separated by that Bayern Munich. But there's the Club World Cup. If we look at the World Cup, see who's won that. So I've only won it once. I say only. It's still a World Cup. But I have been at Belgium since, I think, around here, the 26 World Cup. And Wales actually managed to get them a runners-up medal, same as Portugal with 3. But France and England getting 2 each, and then Spain with another one, not counting France's 2018 win. But those are the new winners. So England actually managing to win 2 World Cups, which is pretty insane, especially when you consider the fact that the English League is kind of on a downturn. But yeah, I'm actually going to be playing in the World Cup again this summer, so I might do that live. It depends on how this video does. If you guys want to see more individual stats, or if you want to me to go in and check out specific things, just let me know. This is my current squad right now. If we look at coach report, got a couple of world beaters on the way. This guy is going to be incredible. I'm obviously not going to be, I think by the end of his career he'll be like 23, 24, but he's going to be an incredible player. Simeone, only 22. He's going to be incredible. Not the son of Diego Simeone. Well, I guess he could be. But just all regions at this point, but just to give you an idea of the kind of stats that I'm working with. Yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to do a video, show you guys this league, 20, 27, 28 years in the future, and I may or may not do 1 or 2 more, kind of just going over the end of the save. I might do the World Cup, because I've got either 3 or 4 seasons left after this. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and I will see you guys next time.